Please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I never expected my father, the man who once held my trembling hands during nightmares, who used to say I was the heartbeat of this house, to look me dead in the eyes and yell, "Leave and don't come back." But he did. Loud. Cold. Final. It was a Saturday. I remember because the sky didn't match the storm inside me. My suitcase was already by the door, but hearing those words, they cut through me like glass. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I just left. No goodbyes. No explanations. Just silence. And for weeks, that silence stayed, until the phone rang. It was my stepmother's voice, shaky, urgent. "Sweetheart, the card's not working. We can't pay the mortgage. Your father is panicking. Did the bank mess up your transfer again?" I let the silence stretch a little longer. Then I smiled, because they didn't know what I knew. They didn't know who really paid the bills in that house. Or why I left without turning back. My name is Amora. I'm 27. And for years, I was the only reason my parents' household didn't drown in debt. But they never acknowledged that. Not once. My father remarried when I was 13. My mum died from cancer 2 years before that, and when Dad brought Janet home, a woman who looked at me like I was nothing but a charity case, I knew life was about to change. Just not for the better. Janet had a son, Mason, a year younger than me. My dad used to say we'd grow close. Siblings by heart, not blood. That was a lie. Mason treated me like a live-in maid. Janet didn't stop him. She encouraged it. And my father? He changed. He became someone I didn't recognize. Quieter. Colder. Especially when it came to standing up for me. So, I moved out at 19. Got a full scholarship. Graduated early. Landed a job with a fintech startup that went public 2 years later. Suddenly, I had money. Real money. But the house I left behind, it was crumbling under mortgages, loans, late payments. My father wouldn't say it, but I saw the shame in his eyes the day he called me asking for just a little help. I helped. Quietly. Paid off 3 months of mortgage. Then utility bills. Then Mason's college tuition when he dropped out and started finding himself on my dime. They never said thank you. Not once. But I kept paying. Because despite it all, it was still home. Or so I thought, until that night. Until Janet called me a burden, nosy, ungrateful, and my father agreed. He stood at the top of the stairs, arms crossed, and shouted the words I'd never forget. "Leave and don't come back." So I did. I packed every bag, cleared every account I was linked to, and disappeared. But now, they're calling. Now, they want answers. Now, they need me. And for once, I have a choice. I didn't slam the door when I left. That's important to me, for some reason. I didn't storm out like the rebellious daughter they painted me to be. I walked. Quietly. Dignified. With everything I had ever paid for in that house removed or shut off within 72 hours. Dad had no idea the mortgage auto payments were tied to my name. Janet didn't know her credit card was a secondary on my business account. Mason's weekly allowance came from a custom-built app one created, tied to a phantom bank. All gone. I watched it unravel from a safe distance. I wasn't being petty, I was just being invisible again. Only this time, I chose it. It was 3 weeks later. I was in my downtown loft when my phone rang. Blocked number. I let it go to voicemail. 5 minutes later, another call. Then another. By the 6th, I picked up. Amora, baby, it's me, Dad's voice cracked. Listen, the power company called. The bank too. Something's wrong with the accounts. Janet said the card declined at the store. I didn't say anything. We're behind on the house, he added. And your brother's tuition, everything's paused. Still, silence. Can you check it on your end? We think the bank messed up. No, I finally replied, calm and flat. They didn't mess up. Oh. Then why? I did, I said. I turned it all off. There was a pause, then confusion, then anger. Wait, what are you saying? I'm saying you told me to leave and not come back. You yelled it. You meant it. So I did. And I took everything with me, because I was everything. The silence on his end grew heavier. You can't just cut us off like that. I can. I did. You all forgot who was feeding you. I didn't need applause. But respect. Minimum. So this is revenge. No. This is reality catching up. You asked me to disappear. And I did. Click. I hung up. 2 days later, Janet herself called. Her voice wasn't smug anymore. It was raw. Desperate. You selfish little witch, she spat. Do you know what you've done? Quite clearly. You think you're better than us because of your money. No, I replied. Because I have peace. Your father's blood pressure is spiking. The stress is killing him. I sighed. Funny. So was living there. You ungrateful. I ended the call. Blocked her number. Then blocked Mason's too, who had the nerve to text me a Cash App request an hour later with the caption, just $200 to get by, sis. A week passed before I saw my father again. He showed up at my office, security almost didn't let him through. But when I saw him standing there, hair more grey than I remembered, a little bent, a little broken, I let him in. He sat across from me like a stranger. Amora. I'm sorry. I didn't say anything. I don't know when it all flipped. I thought I was protecting you from Janet's nagging, from stress. But I let her speak to you like you were nothing. Still, I said nothing. But you were everything, he said, voice cracking. I see it now. You were the spine of our house. And I shattered it. Tears welled in his eyes. Not crocodile ones. Real ones. I poured him a glass of water. Sat beside him. I loved you, Dad, I said softly. And I probably still do. But I can't go back. He nodded. Slowly. I'm not asking you to. He left without asking for money. That, strangely, was the real apology. It's been a year. I haven't spoken to Janet or Mason since. They lost the house. He dropped out of college. She moved in with her sister. My dad rents a modest one-bedroom and teaches piano lessons at a local community center. We email sometimes. Short. Honest. Safe. As for me, I started a foundation for girls like me, ones who carry families that never say thank you. It's called Quiet Pillars. Because that's what we are. Not loud. Not flashy. But essential. And unshakable once we decide to stand for ourselves.